Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and today is kind of the kickoff of award season, if you will. Right? We've talked a little bit about how some companies are handling it, predominantly how Disney is trying to shoehorn Black Panther into every awards category that it can in order to try to take home that Oscar gold. No, they really are. But today was the announcement of the nominations. The prestigious Golden Globes. That's right. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association has unveiled their list of who is the bestest people in Hollywood for these specific roles. Thought we'd just take a quick look at the list and comment on some of the bigger ones, right? Like I don't really worry about like the smaller technical stuff, but it's really the who's up for Best Picture, who's up for Best Director, who's up for Best Actor, these sort of things, right? Let's take a quick look here. So the 2019 Golden Globe nominees, motion picture and drama, Black Panther. Right off the bat, Black Panther, Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. Okay, so we already know, like I said, Disney submitted Black Panther for 16 Oscars. 16. Infinity War, only 11. Because, that makes sense, right? But we know they've been really wanting Black Panther to win. And as a result, now we know that they're up for Best Picture Drama. Black Klansman is also up there. Bohemian Rhapsody, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born. Now, my predictions for this right off the bat are going to be Black Panther or A Star Is Born. Those are the ones that are going to win. Bohemian Rhapsody, from what I hear, is fantastic. Black Klansman, from what I hear, is very good. I don't even know what the hell If Beale Street Could Talk is, but apparently it has the wonderful Regina King, so I have to check it out at some point in time. But I really think it's going to go to Black Panther, to be honest with you. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association is all about glitz and glamour and who the most popular person is they can get there. So yeah, it's going to go to Black Panther. It just already is. But then we go over to Best Motion Picture for a musical or comedy. Crazy Rich Asians. The Favorite, Green Book, Mary Poppins Returns, and Vice. All right, so real quick on that one here. Crazy Rich Asians, Best Musical or Comedy. That one is probably going to win, right? It probably is going to win, or it could just be one of those ones that they threw in there in order to bring about some more. Again, they want praise, they want attention. That's what the Golden Globes wants. And so putting Crazy Rich Asians as a Best Picture nominee for musical or comedy makes a lot of sense, right? They want to talk about representation. It's going to be a big thing at this year's Golden Globes and Oscars. So why not have the two biggest representation films of the year be there front and center, even though Crazy Rich Asians is probably going to lose out to, I don't know, probably Mary Poppins Returns, which also, by the way, why is Mary Poppins Returns on this list? The movie doesn't come out for another couple weeks, if my calendar is correct here. But obviously it's screened early because Disney wants to get in on this. Disney's, I think, tired of only winning the best animated movie categories, and even then they don't win every year because they've got some competition now. So I think they're really pushing for some of these things. Green Book looks really good to me, but at the same time, it's like it's a, it's more of an indie drama, which is not good. It might do well here, which could then lead it into doing well at the Oscars, or at least be nominated, but it doesn't have a fighting chance here. Vice, again, same thing. Now, Best Motion Picture Animated, we're looking at Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Interestingly enough, there are 2 Disney and 1 Sony. And the Sony movie, again, hasn't even come out yet, but Sony, again, is tied to Marvel. So there's a reason, right? They want to, if you notice, we're looking at some comic book stuff here, getting representation. That ain't a bad thing. Logan didn't get no love out there last year. I'm noticing Deadpool didn't get any love out there. Although I'm surprised Deadpool didn't get it nominated for best musical or comedy, because it was really solid. But here's the thing: when it comes to the animated movies, what's going to happen? What's going to go on here? It's going to be Incredibles 2. I think we all know that it's going to be Incredibles 2. I think it's just that's what it is. Isle of Dogs, from what I hear, is fantastic, and it to me looks like an Oscar caliber film. It's Wes Anderson doing animation, so I know I'd love it. Ralph Breaks the Internet just came out, did really well. But again, it's not Incredibles 2. It's not Pixar. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is probably one that people are going to really want to see win. And that means it could be nominated for Best Animated Picture at the Academy Awards, but it's not going to win out against Incredibles. It's just not. It just ain't. All right, let's take a look here, Ed. Who is the best actress in a motion picture drama? Glenn Close for The Wife, Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, Nicole Kidman, Destroyer, Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Rosamund Pike, A Private War. I have seen none of those movies, but I'm going to go in and guess Lady Gaga is a front runner, but don't cut out Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy has been in the game long enough and done a lot of things that I think this is her first chance at really going for Best Actress. I do. I really, really, really do. I think that it would be a bit of an interesting win if she wins at the Golden Globes. It will definitely lead her into winning at the Oscars. And I think this is what I think. I think Melissa McCarthy's been around long enough to where they're just going to kind of give it to her. Although Rosamund Pike in A Private War, I hear, is fantastic. And Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born is also quite good from what I hear. I don't know what the hell Destroyer is or The Wife. So those aren't even on my damn radar. But anyway, best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama. Bradley Cooper, Star Is Born. Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gates. Lucas Hedges, Boy Erased. Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody. And John David Washington, Black Klansman. It's going to go to Rami Malek on this one. That's my prediction. From what I hear is, again, biopics do pretty well, and a lot of people out there really loved him as Freddie Mercury. And I think that that's the thing. It's not going to go to Bradley Cooper, even though I think he's probably like also going to be a front runner for the Oscars. But I think Rami Malek's going to get it. We got here best performance by an actress in a motion picture comedy, or musical or comedy. Emily Blunt, Mary Poppins Returns. Olivia Colman, The Favorite. Elsie Fisher, 8th Grade, Charlize Theron, Tully, Constance Wu, Crazy Rich Asians. If I had to guess, speculate a bit. Elsie Fisher is probably going to be a top one. 8th Grade has gotten a lot of love by a lot of people. And from what I hear, she was fantastic in the movie. Charlize Theron's probably pretty high up there because the Golden Globes still likes those kind of movies. She clearly will be nominated for Best Actress when it comes to the Oscars. Diablo Cody and Jason Reitman working together is usually kind of an award-winning category or award-winning combination, even if Reitman's talented and Diablo Cody is not. But Emily Blunt and Mary Poppins Returns, again, the movie's not even out yet. And like, it's just, I don't know. Fine. It might go for that one. We got Best Actor Performance, Motion Picture, Musical Comedy. Christian Bale for Vice. Lin-Manuel Miranda for Mary Poppins Returns. Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. Robert Redford, The Old Man and the Gun. And John C. Reilly, Stan and Ollie. Interesting choice here. Probably Christian Bale in Vice. Vice, I think, is going to be a front runner for Best Picture. I don't think it's going to be Lin-Manuel Miranda. I don't think so. John C. Reilly for Stan and Ollie, I've heard good things about, and Robert Redford for The Old Man and the Gun. I think that's his last movie, so they might have nominated him just for that, but they might also just give it to him just for that. Then we've got Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture. Amy Adams for Vice, Claire Foy for First Man, Regina King of Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. Look, I'm just going to say it. If anything, if it's Emma Stone for The Favorite, it's because you get to see her boobs. And as Seth MacFarlane said it in the Oscars 5 years ago, we saw your boobs. That's the only thing I know about that movie is you get to see your boobs. And I read a lot about movies. That's the only thing I know about The Favorite. I don't know. I haven't seen any of these yet. So I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and go Claire Foy for First Man. That's going to do well. Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture. Mahershala Ali for Green Book. Timothy Chalamet for Beautiful Boy. Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me. Sam Rockwell for Vice. Adam Driver for Black Klansman. These are all good actors. Sam Rockwell won last year Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which he was great in the role. Mahershala Ali is just fantastic actor. So I would definitely think he's probably got it just based on his talent. Richard E. Grant, again, him and Melissa McCarthy getting a lot of buzz off of Can You Ever Forgive Me? And Adam Driver is good, but I don't know if he's awards good just yet. Okay, so getting into Best Director category here, we've got Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, Alphonse Cuarón for Roma, Peter Farrelly for The Good Book, Spike Lee, Black Klansman, and Adam McKay for Vice. And yes, that is one of the Farrelly brothers who brought us Dumb and Dumber over 20 years ago. I am not making that up. This goes to show you that directors can't improve. I think with this one, we're going to see it be it's Bradley Cooper. I think that's who it's going to be. Either that or Spike Lee for Black Klansman. But I think again, Hollywood Foreign Press Association, they really love movies that make money and that are well received critically and get a lot of praise. And I have a feeling it's going to end up being it's going to be Star is Born. I just feel that way. All right, so we got best screenplay motion picture: Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, Deborah Davis, Tony McNamara for The Favorite, Barry Jenkins If Beale Street Could Talk, Adam McKay for Vice, and Nick Vallelonga, Brian Curie, Peter Farrelly for Green Book. I don't know on that one. It really just kind of depends on whatever. I can't tell you on that one. I have no pick. All right, so quick, we'll go through TV here real quick too. For the Americans, for best picture, for best TV series, Bodyguard, Homecoming, Killing Eve, and Pose. My money, honest to God, is on The Bodyguard. The amount of oomph that show has had. I mean, like oomph that show has had, I think makes it a top runner. The Americans, coming off of its final season, it did really well in its final season. Homecoming, it could be, because that's also been pretty well received. I don't know much about Killing Eve and Pose. I don't think so. I think it's just there just because. Then you got best TV series for musical or comedy: Barry, The Good Place, Kidding, The Kaminsky Method, and The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Now, a lot of people are going to be gunning for The Marvelous Miss Maisel because apparently it's really solid. Here's the thing. My money is on Barry. For one, if you haven't seen the season of Barry, you're missing out. Bill Hader is fantastic in that. Henry Winkler won an Emmy earlier this year as a result. Like when the Emmys went out, he won an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor in that one. And he'd been waiting his whole life to get it, and he earned it in that role. So that's where I recommend definitely Barry on that one, or The Good Place. The Good Place is just fantastic television. So those are kind of what I'm thinking on that one here. You've got best limited series: The Alienist, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, Escape at Denimora, Sharp Objects, and A Very English Scandal. My money's on Sharp Objects. Subject matter: Amy Adams, HBO. It was very well received. The Alienist also did pretty well, and I think they've ordered a follow-up limited event series to it, so kind of like a sequel, kind of. Yeah, but really, it's Sharp Objects. That's what it's going to be, in my opinion. And then you've got best performance by an actress in limited series: Amy Adams for Sharp Objects, Patricia Arquette for Escape at Denimora, Connie Britton for Dirty John, Laura Dern, The Tale, Regina King, 7 Seconds. Interesting that Regina King is up for a couple different awards, right? But it's going to go to Amy Adams on this one, in my opinion. Then you go over to the male side of it: Antonio Banderas for Picasso, Daniel Bruhl for The Alienist, Darren Criss, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, Benedict Cumberbatch for Patrick Melrose, and Hugh Grant for A Very English Scandal. I've seen none of those yet. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and just go Antonio Banderas on that one. Then you got best performance by an actress in a television series: Catriona Balfe for Outlander, Elizabeth Moss, Handmaid's Tale, Sandra Oh for Killing Eve, Julia Roberts, Homecoming, Kerry Russell, The Americans. If it's not Kerry Russell, it's going to be Julia Roberts. Those are just my picks. I think Kerry Russell, because of the final season of The Americans, and she was hailed as being a very, very, very good actor in that role, in that show. So I think it's going to be pretty good here. Then you got best performance by an actor in a television series: Jason Bateman for Ozark, Stephen James, Homecoming, Richard Madden, Bodyguard, Billy Porter, Pros, Matthew Rhys, The Americans. Again, it's going to boil down to probably Matthew Rhys or Richard Madden. I think an upset would be Jason Bateman. I think that's a long shot, but Ozark is very, very, very good. Then you've got best performance by an actress in a musical or comedy: Kristen Bell, Candice Bergen, Alison Brie, Rachel Brosnahan, and Deborah Messing. It's either going to be Kristen Bell or Rachel Brosnahan for Good Place or Marvelous Miss Maisel. My money's actually on Rachel Brosnahan. I think that's going to be who wins on that one. Then you get over to the male side here: Sacha Baron Cohen for Who It Is America, Jim Carrey for Kidding, Michael Douglas for The Kaminsky Method, Donald Glover, Atlanta, and Bill Hader for Barry's. And here's my theory on this one, and I'll wrap it up after this. I think it should be Barry. It will probably be Sacha Baron Cohen for Who Is America. Probably going to be Sacha Baron Cohen for that one. But I would like to see Bill Hader, who won Best Actor at the Emmys earlier this year. So he's got a good shot. He's got a good shot at winning Best Actor at the Golden Globes. He really does. But I'd like to see that be a thing. I'd like to see Bill Hader win. I've been a big Bill Hader fan for a long time, like SNL days. The movies, he's been in Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs as Flint Lockwood. Love him in that role. I want to see Bill Hader succeed in so many ways. So yeah, there's that. Those are the Golden Globe nominations. My thoughts, my theories, my predictions. If you made it this far, I am impressed. If you made it this far to the end, my name, of course, is Matt Jarbo. Be sure to leave a thumbs up. Be sure to type in who you think is going to win, your predictions. Type in Golden Globes if you just made it this far, or call into our voicemail line at 818-350-3281. That's 818-350-3281. I always do that. I always screw it up. I always say the wrong area code. Why? Because when I lived in San Diego, the 858 was right there. That's just how I have it. Anyway, you don't care about that. If you're still here, get out of here. Go watch another video. My name is Matt Jarbo. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.